Well, good morning, guys and girls. I thought I would come back into the hen house and readdress this fan situation. I love the fan. It does great at cooling off the interior. It's reliable so far. It's not loud. I really like it, except for it doesn't have a thermostat, so it comes on as soon as it's a solar fan, solar powered. So as soon as the sun hits the solar panel, it starts to work. And then it also charges this battery at the same time while it's working this. My problem with that is I wanted it to come on not just when the sun come up, but when at a certain temperature. I wanted a thermostat controlled. Tried the little snap disc thermostat that it was adjustable. It did not work. It stayed on all the time. It just didn't work. It was cheap. My point with this was I want it to turn off at a certain temperature at night so that it's not running until the battery runs down. Well, I didn't want that. I wanted to turn off at a certain temperature. I don't want it to keep running if it's too cool in here. I don't want to freeze them out. Not that it's going to happen in the summer right now, but at some point the temperatures will drop and that will happen. Plus, I just didn't like the idea of depleting this battery over and over. So, like I said, I tried the snap disc thermostat. It did not work, and I kept seeing the household thermostats for like attic fans and in the air conditioners and stuff, and everything was rated for 120 volts. I am not an electrician. I don't know a whole lot about electricity, so I just kept thinking I need to find a 12-volt thermostat. So I was looking. But in the meantime, I was thinking about this one night, laying in bed, and I thought, oh my goodness, I remember when I was looking at all the different type fans. This particular brand, they sold it with or without this battery. And I started thinking, I bet I can connect straight from the solar panel into the fan and not even have the battery attached. So I came out the next morning and I found out I could. I went straight from the panel, took this undone, and attached it straight into the fan. And it works. It comes on when the sun comes up and it goes off when the sun goes down. Well, now, that's great because that's the hottest part of the day and it works that way. Now, the issue I had was when the sun's coming up and it's not really heavily onto the solar panel, this fan, in trying to start up, it would do this over until like 10 o'clock because the sun comes up over a hill in front of our house, and so it's a while before the sun actually hits this coop or this run. So the fans sit here and go, over and over and over until the sun is finally on that panel bright enough for it to pick up to stay at speed. And then toward the end of the day, when the sun's going down on the other side, it kind of did the same thing. It would wind down and it would kind of over and over. And I like to sit out here with the chickens and I like to be out here in the yard, and I hear that and it absolutely grated my nerves. I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown hearing that noise, and I don't know why that noise bothers me, but that continual not getting up to speed over and over just about put me in the grave. So I thought, okay, I got to do something different. I decided to try a household attic fan thermostat, even though it's rated for 120 volts. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an electrician. I don't know this stuff. I guess I could ask people, but I kept thinking I had to have one that was rated for 12 volts. So I finally just thought, you know what, maybe they've got the rating on there so that people don't exceed it, like hook this up to a 220 volt power source and blow it. That 120 would, long as you stay that or below, that it would be fine. I just took the chance. I bought the thermostat. It was not very much. I found it on Amazon. And the funny thing is, this is exactly what we use on our attic fan in our house. And it's been running for like 15 years and it hasn't given up yet, but it's been doing great. So I got this and got it installed. I've got to come out and clean up this wiring so the chickens don't accidentally come out here and fly around and pull something loose. But I just had it kind of temporarily hooked up until I knew that this thing worked. So this is adjustable, and I've got it set for about 85-ish. What I did was, it's kind of hard to be precise because this is not, doesn't have, you know, small measurements or whatever. So I just came out here later in the night, and I have my thermometer over here, and I would see what temperature it was, and I would just keep bumping this until it turned off at what I felt was a good temperature. And it's been working fine. I'm very pleased with this. This is coming on at the right, you know, not first thing in the morning. Like right now, it feels great up in here. We don't need it. Yeah, so anyway, that's the update for the fan. I'm just really pleased with this. This is working great. Now I've got to come back in here and clean all these wires up. And I actually got to cover over this because they will end up eating this styrofoam. They can jump up and hang onto this and peck that. I learned that in the old hen house. I just hadn't got out here yet to cover it up. But I will, and I'll get all this cleaned up now out of the way so that they don't pull anything loose. But I'm really pleased with this. The thermostat's working great. Like I said, it didn't cost very much. I think I got this for like $18, which probably sounds like a lot, but it's not for what I need. Let's come out here and clean. I might need to, oh, that's feathers. I was thinking I might need to put a screen over this to catch stuff like that, but then again, it may get clogged. Some stuff may just go on through. I'll just leave it. Yeah, so that's the update on the fan. So I think I finally got it worked out. The chickens are out. I had to put this shovel here because they kept trying to come in. They saw that I was up in here. They want to see what I was doing because they're nosy. And they love me. Ooh, I need to clean some of this poop off. I tell you what, all these little tools that they're toys that were up in here, I kept. And they've actually come in handy for cleanup. Anyway, playing in the poop this morning. Well, they're out there just having a good time. We've hit some really, really hot days. And I've been trying to find ways to keep them a little bit cooler. Thankfully, this run is covered. Now in the morning, the sun comes in over there for a little bit, but it doesn't stay on them long. It's been working really well. Okie dokie, enough of this rambling. I've got other things that I've changed, and I'll do a complete video on that later, but I just wanted to show you the fan. I hope y'all are staying cool in this heat wave that we're having. All right, we'll see y'all later. Stay wild.